Our story today again takes place in Rajasthan, near Jodhpur, in a village whose name I cannot reveal, because the person who shared this story with me, Abhishek, asked me not to mention their village's name, since this incident is deeply personal to their family, something they have never revealed to anyone before. In Rajasthan, as in many other states, there are villages where an entire neighborhood is made up of one extended family, generation after generation building their homes close to one another. Abhishek's family is one such example. His great-grandfather had 4 brothers, and each of those brothers had 4 or 5 sons, and then their sons built their homes nearby. Altogether, around 20 to 25 houses belong to this single family, about 70 to 80 people in all. This incident was not witnessed by just one person. It was seen by many members of the same family, and I warn you now, this is a terrifying story, perhaps one of the most chilling paranormal incidents you have ever heard. Before we move ahead, if you have any real supernatural experiences or interesting stories, you can share them with us through the contact IDs given. Also, if you are new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share it with others. Now let us move on to the event that shook this family to its core. This incident took place around 3 years ago in 2022 at the home of Abhishek's uncle, his father's elder brother, whose house was right next to theirs. Abhishek's uncle had one son named Kushal, who was married to Priya. The family had 4 members: uncle, aunt, Kushal, and Priya. One day, Abhishek's uncle was invited to his friend's son's wedding in Barmer, which was about a 4 to 5 hour journey. The family stayed there for 2 days, one day for the wedding and another for the reception. After the reception, around 11 at night, they left for home. Shortly after the car started, Priya began to feel severe headaches and heaviness. She vomited 2 or 3 times during the journey. Everyone thought it was just travel sickness or exhaustion. By around 3 in the morning, they reached their village and stopped at the local health center. But as soon as Priya stepped out of the car, she suddenly felt fine, completely normal, as if nothing had happened. She refused to see the doctor, saying she was just motion sick. They returned home and went to bed. The next morning, Kushal told his cousins about Priya's sudden illness, but soon life went back to normal until a few days later. Priya and her mother-in-law went shopping in the market. On the way back, Priya again felt dizzy and lightheaded. She sat down on the footpath, holding her head. Her mother-in-law, panicking, called home. Abhishek and others rushed to the spot. When they reached, they found Priya sitting cross-legged on the ground, staring blankly into space, holding her head. They took her to the hospital, but doctors found nothing wrong, no pregnancy, no physical illness. Gradually, Priya's behavior began to change. She became withdrawn, quiet, and childlike. She refused to take medicine, saying it tasted bitter, and sometimes spat it out like a small child. A few nights later, around 2 in the morning, Kushal woke up and saw Priya sitting up, talking to someone invisible, clapping her hands as if playing with a child. When he asked what she was doing, she ignored him and suddenly lay down, falling asleep instantly. Kushal started watching her at night and saw her repeating the same actions, talking to the air, clapping, then suddenly sleeping. During the day, she was normal for a few hours, but the rest of the time she stayed silent, refused food, and behaved oddly. The family began to suspect something supernatural. One night, Kushal woke up and saw that Priya was not in the room. He heard laughter coming from the roof. When he went upstairs, he saw Priya sitting on the wall, her hair open, wearing a traditional Rajasthani Gagra Choli, a dress she had never worn before. She was laughing and talking to the air. Suddenly, she jumped toward Kushal, knocking him unconscious. In the morning, he woke up in his bed and found her sleeping peacefully as if nothing had happened. After that, strange things escalated. Priya's mother-in-law heard the sound of anklets in the courtyard and saw a tall female shadow standing near the corner of the house. Terrified, she screamed and everyone ran out, but Priya was the only one who did not come. When they checked her room, she was sleeping peacefully. Then, at night, they heard the sound of a woman crying painfully. They thought it was Priya, but she was asleep. Objects began falling in the kitchen by themselves. The lights in the house started flickering mysteriously, and dogs gathered outside the house at night, howling toward the roof as if they saw something unseen. Priya's health deteriorated rapidly. She lost 7 to 8 kilos within days. Then one night, Abhishek's uncle went outside to drink water. He heard a baby crying, then laughing. He looked up at the roof and saw a child with one missing leg, covered in blood, eyes glowing red. Behind him, he suddenly heard a woman's voice. When he turned around, it was Priya standing with open hair, glowing red eyes, wearing the same Rajasthani outfit. Terrified, he screamed and fainted on the stairs. The family found him unconscious and revived him. He described everything he saw. When Kushal ran to check, Priya was calmly sleeping in bed again. The next day, the family decided to perform a ritual at home. During the ceremony, a spirit believed to be their ancestral deity entered one of the ants. She called Priya forward and began slapping her repeatedly, shouting, "Who are you? Get out." Suddenly, Priya's voice changed, deep and heavy, and she said, "I will not go anywhere. You brought me here." The ant, possessed by the ancestral spirit, dragged Priya to a place called Ram Chowki, near a sacred peepal tree, where ashes of the dead were kept. There, Priya vomited and fainted. After the ritual, she was taken to the hospital and later returned home. Within 10 to 15 days she recovered completely, was normal again, cheerful and healthy. The family finally felt peace, believing their ancestral deity had saved them. But one day, when Priya went to a beauty parlor with her sister-in-law on her way back home, she suddenly began to feel that same heaviness again. As soon as Priya and her sister-in-law stepped out of the beauty parlor and reached the corner of the street, Priya stopped walking. Her eyes became blank again and she whispered, "Can you hear that? Someone is calling me." Her sister-in-law looked around but saw no one. She said, "There's no one here, Priya, let's go home." But Priya did not move. She kept staring at the other side of the road. Then, suddenly, she smiled strangely and started walking toward an empty plot. Her sister-in-law shouted and ran after her, but Priya's steps were fast and uneven, as if someone invisible was pulling her forward. When her sister-in-law grabbed her arm, Priya turned around and pushed her so hard that she fell to the ground. Then Priya ran into the open plot and began to circle a peepal tree, murmuring something under her breath in a strange voice. People gathered around. They tried to stop her, but she screamed, "Don't touch me, you called me and now you're scared." Everyone was terrified. Someone called Abhishek's uncle and Kushal. They rushed there with 2 other men and somehow caught hold of Priya. She was struggling violently, shouting and crying. They brought her home, and as soon as they crossed the doorstep, she fainted. This time, the family realized that whatever had attached itself to her had not completely left. Maybe it had just been waiting for the right moment to return. That night, the family called a well-known priest from a nearby temple. When he came and began chanting mantras, Priya's body started shaking uncontrollably. She screamed, "Stop it, my head is burning." The priest kept chanting louder. Then, in a heavy male voice, Priya said, "You humans never understand. I was just playing. Why did they disturb me? Why did they say that word?" Everyone froze. The priest asked calmly, "What word?" And the voice answered, "Chaya." In Hindi it means shadow. The priest stopped for a moment and asked, "Who said that word?" Abhishek's uncle remembered that, when they were at the wedding in Barmer during a group photo near an old tree, someone had joked and said, "Let's take one with the chaya too, it looks beautiful behind us." Right after that, Priya had started feeling dizzy for the first time. The priest explained that in some old Rajasthani beliefs, the spirit that lives in a tree's shadow becomes connected to whoever calls it by name. By saying that word at that particular spot, they had unknowingly invited that shadow spirit to follow them. After the priest completed a long ritual through the night, he sprinkled holy water in all corners of the house and burned special herbs near the peepal tree outside. Priya lay unconscious the entire time. At sunrise, she suddenly took a deep breath, opened her eyes and began crying softly. She said she felt light again, as if a heavy weight had been lifted off her chest. From that day on, Priya never experienced those strange episodes again. The family made a vow never to say that word lightly. They even warned everyone in their village to avoid using it near trees after sunset. Abhishek told me that even now, if you go near that old peepal tree in their village at night, you can sometimes hear faint anklet sounds and a woman's laughter echoing through the wind, a chilling reminder of the day one simple word brought a shadow home. So friends, this was today's real story, a terrifying incident that reminds us how even an ordinary word can sometimes carry unseen power. We often say words like shadow, spirit, or ghost just for fun, but in some places at some times, those words can act like a call. We don't know who might be listening from the other side. Abhishek's family did not do anything intentionally wrong, but just one casual word, spoken near the wrong place, changed everything. Always remember, never take such things lightly. Avoid talking about shadows or spirits near lonely trees, near cremation grounds or after sunset, because you never know when the shadow might start following you home. If you like this story, then please like and share it, and yes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such real supernatural experiences. If you have had any paranormal experiences yourself, you can share them with us through the contact IDs in the description. We will meet again soon with another true, mysterious, and spine-chilling story. Until then, stay safe, stay aware, and don't forget to respect the unseen world around you. Goodbye and take care.